Alright, what is going on, guys? Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I'm just going to get into the first breakdown for the UFC Vegas 46, I believe. This is on January 15th, and we got Viascheslav Borshchev taking on Dakota Bush. This one's at lightweight. Borshchev going to be an inch taller, but Bush is going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. So I'll start with Dakota Bush. Made his UFC debut against Austin Hubbard in April, and that was on short notice. He starts out strong, high volume of leg kicks. But Hubbard seemed to get a read on him. He wasn't too phased by the offense he was landing, and he just continued to walk him down. And then Hubbard started to get some combinations going, and he lands a late takedown. At the end of the fight, the judges did give that round to Dakota Bush. It was close, but Hubbard seemed to get the momentum late. And like I said, I wouldn't hate on the Dakota Bush scorecard, but it was pretty close. Like, he did win the round, but Hubbard seemed to be making the reads and gaining the momentum as the round went on. And Bush also starts to look a little tired. And then in the second, Bush goes for a takedown, gets reversed. Hubbard ends up in top control for most of the second round. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but he just racks up the control. Kind of a similar story in the third round. A little bit more success for Bush, but he was reversed again and just lost that fight pretty handily. But like I say, he did come out explosively. This guy definitely a fast starter. Prior two wins against Austin Clem and Brian Del Rosario, both first round finishes. Against Del Rosario, just punches his way in, gets a double leg, works in side control for a minute, gets to the back, lands some nasty ground and pound. He tries to roll out of it, sinks in the rear naked choke. Against Austin Clem, gets it done a different way, just walks him down. Great boxing combination, and he follows it up with a beautiful head kick, and the head kick was pretty much the end of him. A couple follow-up punches put him out. So another dominant first-round finish there for Dakota Bush. Losses are to Jaleel Willis, jeez, can't talk today, and Bryce Logan, both with Bellator now. So pretty good resume here for Bush. And yeah, he's got decent attributes all the way around. He's got decent wrestling, decent submission game. His striking is decent. He's got a lot of explosiveness. He mixes it up well. He could be a little wild on the feet. The gas tank is a little bit of a concern, but he really has good calf kicks. He likes to work them early in most of his fights, and yeah, just I don't know where he's elite, where he leaps off the page, but he's got a pretty good, well-rounded skill set. And then so for Borshev, this guy will be making his UFC debut, nicknamed Slava Claus. I'll just call him Slava because he's listed as that a lot. But made his contender series performance a few months ago against Chris Duncan. Really fun fight. Definitely one of the better barn burners on the contender series this year. Duncan has a lot of power, and he was walking him down, landing some decent offensive of his own. But Borshev just shows again how polished the striking is. All the way around. He's got good boxing. He's in and out. He's shifty. He's got a great variety of kicks, and he punctuates these combinations. You know, he's not a guy who just looks for one shot. Lands these multi-strike combinations. And against Duncan, they were doing damage. He had a really nice. I think it was two separate combos, like right on top of each other in the first round, that really did a lot of damage against Duncan. They were the most damaging shots. And then Duncan did work a takedown or two, but Slava trains at Team Alpha Male, and you can tell it pays. His grappling was good enough. His defensive grappling, at least, was good enough to get up and stay out of trouble, and he gets the fight back to the feet. But in the second round, it didn't take too long before he landed just a counter left hook that put him out cold, nasty knockout. So it looks like Slava, his power is starting to come into its own. He's 29, going to be 30 by the time this fight happens. So yeah, he's right in that prime age. But not a ton of fights for him either. His one loss was to, MMA at least. He's got a lot of kickboxing bouts. But to William Starks, controversial decision. I could see why Starks won, but I thought Slava won. First round, just again, the striking is just on a different level. He's too quick. The combinations, he punctuates them. He was outlanding them. But Starks would land the heavier shots, and he did work in a couple takedowns, collegiate wrestler, but he wasn't able to do a ton with the takedowns. One was late at the end of the first. Then the second, he did manage to get him to the ground for at least a minute plus, but Slava's BJJ was good enough to prevent him from opening up. Didn't take a whole lot of damage on the ground at all. He wasn't able to, posture up and rain ground and pound. And then he was able to scramble up, get back to his feet, limited the damage with that. And that was probably the most he was troubled with the wrestling in the fight. Though he did have a couple other takedowns, but he stuffed a ton of them too. So you can tell that Team Alpha Male training is paying off. Slava's grappling game is definitely trending up. It's not like he has a glaring weakness where you can just do that. Just outwork him on the ground. But Yeah, striking wise, this guy's definitely polished, and it seems like the power is coming along. And so for this one, Borshchev is a minus 210 favorite. I like that a lot. I'm definitely going to go with him. But, Dakota Bush, like I said, he's got decent attributes, and I don't want to give him too much shit for gassing out in that last fight because, one, he did have some good explosions. So he's one of those guys who, even when he's tired, he's not just completely dead. He can definitely still be dangerous. But he also took that fight on short notice, so we'll see. He's got a full camp here. It's been a while since we've seen him, so he could have very well worked on his cardio. But in terms of the striking, Bush has decent, working a decent kick. He has a decent lead hook. He's got good calf kicks, but there's nothing that really leaps off the page with the striking, whereas Borshchev definitely polished. You can tell the striking's on a different level, and I just think his counter striking also is way better, and Bush likes to lead the dance. So he was getting countered by Austin Hubbard. He's going to get countered very badly by Borshchev if he just tries to trade with him. At least he should on paper. But yeah, at minus 210, I definitely like Borshchev. I think whatever Dakota Bush will be threatening on the ground isn't going to be nearly enough. That team alpha male training, I think, has been enough to be able to help him out in a matchup like this. If he goes up against like a blanket, he might be in trouble. But I don't think Dakota Bush has the level of wrestling required to do it. So I do like this fight. I am going to make a bet on it, but like I said, the line is a little bit. The line's good value, I think. Honestly, minus 210, really good value, and I'll be surprised to see this one swell. Because I think on Tapology when I looked at it, there was 88% picking Borshchev. So yeah, there's a lot of people on him. But like I said, Dakota Bush has some decent attributes, so I guess that's why the line is a decent value. But yeah, definitely like this one. So thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe and take it easy.